All right, folks, last chance to excel in our weekly challenge with the robot. We are once again in third chair, and we have a much nicer hand than we had earlier with our 6-card club suit. We honestly, I hope to find a spade fit in this, and I honestly hope the robots don't find their heart fit. So I'm gonna start with one club, and hopefully we see some sort of response from partner. Unfortunately, just clubs. We're not vulnerable. Partner raised clubs is a bad hand, but that shows a reasonable amount of clubs. That means we have lots of them. I'm going to continue to preempt this and hope East passes. They didn't. Now our choice becomes interesting. We're not vulnerable. They are. Let's think about their chances to make 4 hearts. Looks pretty good to me. They probably don't have too many club losers. We have singleton king of hearts, which is interesting. If the ace is to our left, they have no heart losers, or at least we're not presenting a heart loser for them. I don't know. This is a classic situation where we are probably best off preempting because the vulnerability. If we think 4 hearts has a good chance of success, and honestly, from my perspective, it looks like it really does. I really think going minus is our best score. And notice we have to do a little bit of understanding of scoring in this case to get there. Are downs when we're doubled. And notice, if you're planning on sacrificing at the 5 level, your opponents are going to double you, right? If they're not, they've gifted you everything. So if we're doubled, here are our minuses. Down 1 is only minus 100, right? Down 2 is minus 300. Down 3 is minus 500. And down 4 is minus 800. Right? So we have to understand these numbers to understand, okay, what's the downside if we don't double, or sorry, we don't bid 5 clubs and they just play 4 hearts? Well, that is minus 620, right? We know that's their game score right there. So if we can sacrifice and go down 3 or less, we will be more successful than passing 4 hearts, right? So this is as bad as the math gets in bridge, folks. You just have to understand the score. So non-vulnerable double down is 1, 3, 5, 8. Reversing the vulnerability usually makes this a terrible prospect because down 2 is now your disaster. Here, we can lose 5 tricks and still be very successful in 5 clubs, meaning we're giving up less than we would give in 4 hearts. So let's just look at our hand. I mean, it sounds like partner should have 5+ clubs. They only say 4+, but still, that's a 10-card club fit. Partner rates to have the ace in this spot, not guaranteed, but let's just say we don't have a club loser. If we have 1 heart loser, 2 diamond losers, and even 2 spade losers, right? That's 5 tricks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if we lost, which seems like the maximum, we would still be okay. So here, that's kind of the thought process you should be going through, and you should understand kind of where you're going to lay. And if they do this, you are ecstatic, folks. They passed, all right? So now think of the math. How many can you go down now if you expect 4 hearts to make? And by the way, I expect 4 hearts to make now because honestly, if lefty has the ace of hearts, which seems super likely here, they're going to lead a low heart towards their hand and realize the heart suit. They're probably not going to lose any clubs because they have the ace of clubs and one of them has a singleton, at least, or a void. They're going to lose 1 or more diamonds and maybe 1 spade. So I think we did a very good job here, and we know we did. The fact that we're not doubled means that we just have a romp here. So at this point, no reason not to win this ace of diamonds. Honestly, I kind of want to lead a low heart towards my hand, but I know that's not going to be successful, so I'm just going to play a low club. Righty did have the ace of clubs. Interesting. And there, love it. Love the ace of hearts to my left. I know now that they're going to solve the heart suit if they play hearts. And boom, we'll take that. Don't worry about playing that 9. It didn't matter. All right, they never had a diamond loser. Here, we'll just play this and hope we're... Oh, okay, nice. Queen of spades. Okay, what happened on this one? It went low to our jack. So I guess Righty has queen 10, blah, blah, blah. Let's hope lefty has a spade left there, or else that was a poor play. Yeah, okay, good. So folks, there's our down 3, right? So even if we were doubled, that was our threshold right there that we met. But I mean, we will take minus 150 instead. So let's look at their play in hearts just to make sure where our position lay there. Honestly, not as great as we thought. They do have 1 diamond loser. They should have no heart losers. And the spade position is going to yield 2 tricks for us. So I suppose we kind of put them in a bad spot. We achieved par, I think, if they double us. Because notice they probably cannot make 5 hearts, but they can definitely make 4. Even if they lose the maximum, right? They're not going to lose any clubs, as we discussed. All they need to do to solve the diamond position is just to lead towards that king and the queen twice. And then they can figure out spades at some point, or even if they don't figure it out, they should still be plus 620. So I'm interested to see how the robots handle that board. And we're going to get a nice look at it because this is our last day. So I want to see that score. I hope it was a big win for us because that'll be a pat on the back for us and just for that concept in general. I think it's one of the first times we've seen that in this sort of really well drawn out way for us to be successful, at least. Okay, let's see number 10. Yeah, wow. I like this hand. That's almost a 2 club opener. I hate opening 2 clubs with hands like this because especially the robot's not going to ever figure it out this way. So I like opening a heart, and then I honestly like just bidding 4 hearts. It's an imps format. We're vulnerable. I'm not expecting my partner to be mindful of anything that's good in their hand for us. So here, wow, partner tables are just the nuts here. This is awesome. Oh, amazing. This is pretty sick. So on this hand, I'm just hoping I draw trump and the queen falls and I can take all the tricks. But here, I'm going to get to business of drawing trump, and all I'm going to do is overtake a club and see how many spades I can pitch. So I'm going to draw 2 rounds. I hope I see the queen of hearts. No, okay. When I don't see it, I can't let them win a trick now because they're going to cash spades. So I cross the dummy, and I hope this survives. If this survives, we're all good. Because now, even if they rough this, I'm losering on losering. And even if they don't, now we can do a bunch of stuff. Hey, I'll pitch that good trick. Yeah. The robot likes to false card us. Let's mess with them a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Would take the rest. No, don't worry about this slam missing here. That we have 2 spade losers right off the bat. And we probably can never would take a diamond finesse. All right, let's get that result. Let's see what's happening. How'd we do? Come on. All right. Yes! Board 9 gets us there, folks. Boom! And this is great. I honestly feel good about how I read this. There's our 2 imp losses on day 1. Right? This is me waking up without coffee and being a total boob on those 2 boards. And then we just hit lockdown. I'll tell you what happened, folks. I played this the next day because I was just in like a bad mind frame, and then I woke up, had coffee, had breakfast, and went at it like a job. And today it proved out to be just a little bit better. Looks like they were able to make 2 spades on board 7. I guess we'll take a look at that in a second. But board 9, I'm proud of, folks. They should double us. I mean, we probably shouldn't win this one because we should be minus 500. And I guess it would still, we might have lost on that one. Interesting on board 7. Let's just take a peek at that one because that seems like a weird one. I don't think. Well, let's just see what we did at our table first. Let's jump over to our results stream. We opened to no trump, right? So we're in 2 spades in the south, down 1, which honestly, I thought we just never had a chance of making, right? So good. Yeah, so on a diamond lead, we just can't make it. At the other table, though, and let me kind of change to this result stream here. At the other table, they were here. And let's get over there. There we go. Okay. Oh, look at that. The robot did open 1 no trump. So they had the same exact auction, but how the heck did they... That's fine. That's exactly what happened with us. Boom. They played it good. Interesting. That's it, folks. I don't know why this is the case, but remember at our table they cashed ace of clubs and then they led another club, right? Here they did not do that for some reason, and now they just get to draw trump, right? They'll win the 10 in their hand, they'll draw trump, and then they'll cross the dummy with a heart, or I guess they can rough a diamond as well, and then they just draw 1 more round of trump and it's golden, right? So I'm not. I think that was just one of those weird situations. So let's just run through the cards that they chose. We started with the 6. Do you guys remember that? We started with the 6 because I wanted to try to disrupt this communication between their team and maybe make them think twice about returning it. Obviously, they didn't take that bait, but I think that's the only difference, folks. I think legitimately that's the only different card we played than the robot, and it caused them to do something different. So let's go back. Let's go back to our table. And let's see my line here. So here's, this is so weird. And I'm sorry I'm taking time on this, but it's just fascinating to me. So here's the 6 of diamonds. So we played the 6 rather than the 4. This is the same. Okay, the robot played the king rather than the queen. Not that that makes a huge difference, but here, there's the ruff. There's that, and here's ace of clubs club. Right, so yeah, it was either the king of diamonds or the 6 of diamonds. So the tiny details can lead to a swing. So here we swung 6 on that one for really nothing other than just weird spot plays or spot choices by us. But there's our win, folks. That's 5 club. And come on, you got to double this one. Got to double this one, east and west. Make this a rule for all time. If you bid a game to make it, right? If you were bidding a game saying, I'm going to make 4 hearts, and they go past that, you have to double them, right? You're protecting your score. And your score, folks, is plus 620, right? So you have to protect that or you have to bid. Those are your only 2 choices. The 5 club bid by me after West passed is forcing for East. East has 2 choices, bid 5 hearts or double. That's it, right? And make that your rule going forward with your partner. Because notice they lost their match here, right? They should double me, and I should still win on this board, which is exactly all I'm trying to do is get a better minus score, folks. And that's exactly what we've achieved. But we've achieved beyond our wildest dreams when they fail to just double us when they should. So there we go, folks. I'll take it. I mean, I've had a bad run of robots, and now I feel like at least on board 9, I'm ecstatic. We got to see that live too, and the exact different choices you have based on the vulnerability. And if we look at this, folks, if we flopped the vulnerability, down 1 vulnerable doubled is minus 200, and down 2 vulnerable doubled is minus 500, folks. And that is the difference, because making a non-vulnerable game, when we take the difference between that, is minus 420. So here, you can't go down more than 1 if the vulnerability is reversed. But when you're in the perfect spot, non versus vulnerable, down 3 is money, right? You're in there. Okay, so that is very cool. We'll see you next week for more of these challenges. And don't forget, I had a huge weekend bridge lesson this week. We had 3 courses drop: defense decisions, random bidding quiz, which is one of the all-time favorites, and declare decisions. The decisions courses are essentially ways that I'm kind of bringing a real bridge game to a private lesson for you, right? So you're going to have a bunch of questions based on defensive and declare hands, depending on what course you're taking. And you're going to churn through those on your own free time and get a realistic experience while making good bridge decisions with low risk, right? The worst case is you get a question wrong and you learn from it. All right, I'll see you either right back here for all this stuff right here on YouTube. Don't forget the weekend game is going strong, not just the Friday game, which you can play with your partner, but the weekend Pro-Am as well. So sign up for all that. All the links are in the descriptions. I'll see you soon, either back here or at those tables, folks. Take care.